to Quiero Saber con Hilda P. Quiero Saber con Hilda P.
1, 2, 3, probando. ¡Atención!
Hilda P. Hilda P. Now. Damas y caballeros, Quiero Saber con Hilda P.
Hola, hello everyone. Welcome to Quiero Saber with Hilda P and Sirius Tejano. Hope everyone had a wonderful day and is having a good evening. Today we have an artist. Her name is Gigi Guerrero, and well, she loves her music. And well, why not? Let's not wait any longer and let's bring in Gigi Guerrero.
She loves her music.
Well, what else can I say? You know that's true.
Well,
Hello,
if you don't love your music, then why do it?
Exactly. Yeah. How you doing, Gigi? How's your day going?
I am great. I totally forgot that I was going to have this interview, but as you well know, I have a bad memory. I normally have a bad memory since I was a kid, and as a matter of fact, my best friend who ended up going to Harvard, she did a paper on selective memory, and it was about me.
Oh, well, so your inner child usually comes out, So, hold on, Gigi. I don't know if we're live here. Yeah.
It's on here.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So, she did a paper on you. So, what did she get? What was her grade on that?
Well, I'm sure it was an A+.
Oh, really? So she
don't
did
remember. No, I don't remember. All I remember is that she said, I did a paper on you and about your selective memory. I was like, what selective memory?
No, Gigi, you always have a tendency to forget things, always.
I'm telling you, that is why she wrote that paper.
So, Gigi, how do you go about remembering your lines when you sing and stuff like that?
Well, the singing, I mean, when you do it over and over and over. I mean, remember, I was singing with my dad for over 30 years. You know the songs. You have to know. And one thing, one of the requirements, my dad was a perfectionist. In order to perform in his band, and it wasn't just automatic because I was his daughter. It's like, can you sing? And do you remember the words? And can you sing them correctly? So that was just a part of my upbringing. There was always lyrics around the house. There was always lyrics to learn, and so that I'm more attuned to learning lyrics as part of my memory. That's one executive function that it can do, as far as anything else, not so much. But it's really weird because, okay, so let's go backtrack.
Let's backtrack.
So ever since I was a kid, I was a bright kid. That's what, I started. My mom says that I started walking out when I was 7 months old. We're going that back. Yeah, you're like, whoa, that's way back. But to tell you this, that even though I was a bright kid, I apparently was a sassy kid. And I don't see it.
You're still sassy.
I don't see it. And as a matter of fact, in school, the teachers, they were not my biggest fans because I was sassy, And I remember I would be going up and getting all these awards and they were like, oh, why? Ni modo. So I've always had I don't know how my brain works, but I do I recollect very well things that I guess I make important to myself, or my brain decides are important, and not necessarily, in orden de importancia, So when I was married, I would remember like little things that he said that really like, hey, wait a minute, and I would catch him in a lie. And he was counting on me not having a good memory to lie to me, right? And I'd be like, wait a minute. You said you were going to be with your brother. You know what I mean? And so I have no choice as to what my brain decides to remember and what It does. Certain people, like, oh my God, I was at fanfare, and I don't know why I didn't run into you. I was at
I
fanfare.
know.
It was just so big, there were so many people.
Yes.
Some people I did right away know who they were. I remembered their name, or maybe I remembered who they were and maybe not their name. And some people, psh, and and I know some people get upset because I don't remember them. And it's like I apologized ahead of time. Look, I can't decide what my brain decides to remember and what it doesn't. So, no, my apologies.
Speaking of fanfare, while we were there, so many people, I mean, and I'm not trying to have a big head or anything, but a lot of people came up to me and they're like, oh, this, I'm so and so, like Amanda C. She's from Houston. She does a lot of stuff. And she's running for something to go vote. I'm sorry, I don't even know, but yeah. But yeah, she's like, oh, you do so much for this artist. I'm not gonna say who. And I'm like, wow, you know that or you see that? She goes, yeah. I'm like, wow, cool. Thank you. I didn't even know so many people knew who I was. I'm like, wow, cool. But yeah, appreciate the
Yeah, let's talk
following
about you, Hilda, on
no,
my
no,
intro.
but yeah, but thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, you want to, let's get it. But, but no, it's just like I don't, it's
Just to let everybody know,
no,
we have known each other a very long time.
yes,
And
yeah,
it's strictly joking because
yes,
yes, and we have, and that's why I was nervous about this interview because we have
mhm,
shared some really, really, really
yes,
moments, intimate moments. We
mhm,
know a lot more than the general public knows about
yes,
us, and
yes,
that I care for the general public to know about us. So,
yes,
I am joking with you because
yes,
I mean, I know we roll like that because
yes, we
I
do.
mean, it's fun and it's very good. And I've always admired everything that you do. And let's talk about you. Ya que estás ahí.
No, 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 no. Well, let me just say a little bit. Just let me say something about myself.
Let me
I,
just say one more thing about myself.
I met Gigi years ago, right? And I am the official representative for CHR Records, and I send out all the music. And I do before I knew who Gigi was, I sent out "Pero Eso No," and then that's one of my favorite songs from her dad, and I sing that song like from head to toe. And yeah, and when I found out Gigi redid it, I'm like, oh my Jesus, and David Lee Garza played the accordion on that.
The accordion on
Yep.
that.
And I mean, that song, I can kill it better than Gigi.
I mean, do it.
Pero, no.
Everybody's waiting to hear you sing. Pero eso
Yeah,
no.
but no, that was Gigi is, we know we get each other from the chongo from time to time. Pero eso no. No,
Eso no.
pero yeah, but no, Gigi is awesome. She went got out about 2 years ago and did a lot of stuff in San Antonio, and then she went from there. She went flying up. Let them know, Gigi.
Well, and actually, it was thanks to you, Hilda.
Thank you.
You invited me to go sing at the All-Star Music Awards that Jesse Torres. Saludos to Jesse Torres.
Mm-hmm.
And there, I mean, I've been, like I said, I'm in the Tejano Roots Hall of Fame. I've been performing with my dad for over 30 years, but it was always under my dad's shadow. And so that day, I went as a solo artist and as Gigi playing, Gigi songs. And so you gave me that opportunity there, and people were like, heads turned like, whoa, right? So, and that's when people started noticing Gigi. And so, and I thank you for that. And I thank Jesse Torres for giving me that opportunity también. But that's how it all started. And yes, last year, I was gonna do a recap of the whole year of 2025, at the end of the year, how people do with pictures and a little roll. And I was like, oh my God. There was so much. There were so many interviews. There were so many performances. There were so many events that I was like, oh. And so I decided to do a website. I ended up having to do a website because it was so much. And I will send the website link. Yes, how did I get on your show? I don't even see myself on the show.
Oh, you got to
tag me. Can you tag me?
You're not. What do you mean you don't see yourself?
No, like I don't see the show.
Yes, it's right there.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
There we have Dina Madrid on. We have George Venice. I can never say his name. I butcher everybody's name.
I think it's Vince's.
What is your real name? Yee. They want to know your real name.
My real name is Griselda.
Griselda. And let everybody know why your name is Griselda, because I did hear it on an interview.
My name is Griselda, Griz as in zebra, Elda. My dad was an avid Beatles fan and Monkeys fan from the Monkeys. Hey, hey, we're the Monkeys. All right. And so there was this song from the Monkeys called Auntie Griselda. Auntie Griselda, because they're, British, and Auntie Griselda. It's a funky song. If you ever look it up, it's a funky song. But my dad liked the name Griselda. So my real name is Griselda Guerrero. So Gigi really are my initials, and Papi named me Gigi. So it's Gigi. And I know, like, there was only a handful of times when my dad would say Griselda in Spanish. I'd be like, I'm in trouble.
Mhm.
I never wanted to be in trouble with my dad. So, and a lot of people say Griselda, but I used to have a friend called Griselda Blanco. Well, Griselda, but that's not my name. My name's Griselda. But, I'm 5 minutes away from the Mexican border. They're like, "Ah, whatever, la gringa." I'm not,
I,
that's
hello,
a
Kelly. Kelly from Sirius Tejano.
saludos,
Hello.
saludos to
Hmm.
Dina and George and Serious Hannah. Of course, thank you for having
Yes.
Hilda on here and then allowing us to have this lovely
Hmm.
interview. If I can only find it on Facebook.
And I tagged you. I put Gigi Guerrero. Yes. So Gigi Guerrero is again a Tejano artist. Her dad was Juan Guerrero, and he's the original writer of Ya Te Vi, that ay,
That people
ay,
know.
that people know. Yes. And actually, I was listening to it earlier, and Gigi redid it, and she sang it as well.
Yeah,
Yes. Hmm.
in no disrespect to Elsa, I mean, because she's the one. My dad recorded it in 1984 with Hacienda Records. It's his song. He created it. He wrote it. In 1981, I keep saying 1984, but it was 1981. It was the other album, 1981. And Ramon Ayala, he liked the song and he recorded it, but Ramon Ayala fight it. All right. So he made it Ramon Ayala style. And he recorded Ya Te Vi. And that was in 84. So Papi 81, Ramon 84. And then the times that I've spoken to Elsa, she said she heard the Ramon Ayala version and she said, this song is better if it was sung by a woman. So she did it. And she was right. Because everybody knows, ya te vi, ya te vi, ya te vi. Que vienes tomado. It used to be tomada. And so, and that song, I've been told it's considered the Tejano anthem and by a lot of people. And so, but that's not the only song that my dad ever made, but that made it big. A lot of other songs that people don't know, but that was the biggest in Tejano. So, yeah.
So Gigi, how old were you, and when did you start? Because I know you played with your dad for 30 years, so that would make you what, like 40? No, just
Oh, thank you very much. I'm
no,
50.
no.
I'm 56 years old. Thank you, Jesus, and I'm very proud of that because a lot of my classmates are gone this month.
Yes,
I
yes.
Man, there's a lot. So I'm very very proud to be able to have made it to 56. Thank you,
Yes,
Jesus.
yes,
And I plan to make it to many more. I'm trying to take care of myself. I do have a diagnosis that is could be. Um, well, I'm not even going to say it out loud. I'm just going to say
yes,
I'm working on it to make sure that I stay here on earth a little longer, if
yes.
not for my daughter.
And yes, and we all prayed for her when we found out that what had happened a couple years ago, and we know that she's doing good right now, and we pray that Gigi stays where she's at. And
Yes, thank you, Jesus.
mhm,
Yes, and it's not easy. And so and actually that was a turning point. And
mhm,
going back to where Gigi started with your question, I mean, I always sang, of course, with my dad. My dad remembers he always talked about that when I was about 2 years old. We were on the car, and there was a song on the radio and I started segundeando to the
uh-huh,
song and my dad was like, what's this kid doing,
mm,
and it actually is my favorite to be segundeando. That's my favorite, singing part. And it was a lot of times what I did with Los Chicanos for over 30 years. Segundeando, and of course I did the lead songs as well. I did a lot of the girl songs.
Mhm.
I did Laura Canales, of course Elsa Garcia, Stephanie Lynn,
Oh,
Stephanie
see.
Montiel, Elida. I covered Selena, of course. So I did Los Chicanos did all of the girl songs because I was there to sing them. So, but I started really like in seventh grade. I'll never forget. I entered a talent show, and I also, oh, for those of you who don't know, so this interview is very, very exclusive.
Yeah.
There's things you don't, I'm going to tell you things you don't know about Gigi. I play the saxophone. I actually am a state saxophone player. So a jazz band saxophone player. I do play saxophone.
So how many sax do you play? Because I know there's difference.
Alto sax is the one.
Okay, okay,
I
okay,
did I did play a little bit of tenor sax. The Barry I didn't like too much, but my main mamma jamma was the alto sax. Yeah.
okay.
And so in seventh grade, I entered a talent show and I sang Man Eater. Do you remember Man Eater? Ooh,
You're a
I did
man
have the
eater.
saxophone part. So
No.
I played the saxophone and I sang Man Eater. And then I sang another song by the Carpenters. Papi loved the Carpenters también. And so I played a song by the Carpenters, a very not very well known song by the Carpenters called Solitaire. And I did win first place, but I had to share first place with the football team that had come out dressed as girls.
Oh my God, the football team. Gee.
Yeah, I was the football team, so I
Okay.
shared first place with the football team. So, and then in high school, again, I remember I sang Satisfaction, man. The place went, and if my any of my former classmates, I also sang at the baccalaureate. I sang Wind Beneath My Wings. Did you ever know you were my hero? I sang that at our baccalaureate. And then there was a talent show senior year, and I sang Satisfaction. I can't get
The,
it.
the, the
And
did you
I
go to the did you did
look,
well
and I'm
not to cut you off, did you go to the boys locker room? I mean, George wants me to get into personal questions. So
I wasn't banned. I knew nothing about locker rooms.
okay. Okay.
band,
I just
band
I didn't mean to cut you off. Okay, come on.
So they I was the satisfaction to anybody that's out there, and I'm going to share it with my classmates afterwards. But yeah, the place went ape shit, ape shit, ape shit. Can I say ape shit? Anyway, I just did.
Oh
So
yeah, yes.
so and that's where it all it was like all coming together. I was just about to graduate from high school. I was look, I can say this now because I'm 56 years old, and I am not the hottie that I was then. But back then, I will have to say I was quite the hottie. I was of normal weight. I'm a little bit on the fluffy side now. And I mean, just I had all the parts in all the right places, and I was sing the Carpenter song. There was a man, a lonely man, who would command. I tell you, nobody's heard it. Solitaire. And solitaire's the only game in town. And every road that takes him down. While life goes on around him everywhere, he's playing solitaire. And that's the song I sang from the
Wow.
Carpenters. Yeah. So yeah, I was the what had happened was, and this I feel more comfortable with you and sharing with you, Hilda. So there's truly
Thank
an
you.
exclusive.
Yes.
Was that I had met up with the man who ended up being my husband and the father of my only child. And but I did not realize he had me in a bubble.
Encorolada, something like that.
Yes, and he, by the time senior year came around, I was no longer allowed to talk to my friends. I was not even allowed to hang out with my own family, my own father. I was not allowed to go to the beach with my family.
Wow.
And so all that took a turn. And since, like I mentioned, I graduated with honors, and so and it so I didn't go the route of singing with my dad, which I had hoped to do. It was,
Yes.
I mean, my dad was, at that time he was playing with Los Fabulosos Cuatro, with Marcos Orozco's and Laura Canales and all them. And, it was something that I had wanted to do. But I was so brainwashed, is what it was.
Yes.
I was brainwashed by this man, and I couldn't see beyond him. And then this chick comes up and tells me that she's pregnant from his baby.
Oh my Jesus. Um.
And I'm like, what? I mean, here I am, denying my family, denying my friends,
Yes.
totally changing for him, which was stupid. Of course, now at
Yeah.
56 years
Yeah.
old, I realize. Um, and for what, right?
Yeah.
So
Of
I
course.
got pissed off, and instead of the what I decided to do was apply to UT Austin. I wanted to be a pharmacist because
Wow.
I graduated with honors. So I was accepted to UT Austin, and I'll never forget my dad coming in, reading the letter from UT Austin.
You're ex-
Dear Griselda, we'd
oh,
like to congratulate you and let you know that you have been accepted to the pharmacy school at UT Austin. I'll never forget that moment
wow.
ever in my life. And my dad was so proud, and oh, my whole family was proud, and they had so much. I said, okay, fine. If I'm not going to be a singer, I'll be a pharmacist. It'll do. I'll sing on the weekends or whatever. But it I was there, and on the second semester, Mister, I've got another girl pregnant, shows up at the doorsteps at the dorms.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he showed up at the dorms, and well, silly me,
Y-
I I actually moved in with him while I was at T Austin studying to be a pharmacist, which of course was a stupid idea. And he he had me,
At all.
you can only imagine. I wasn't allowed to be in the library. I mean, he had my schedule, and I could only go to the classes that were on my schedule. If I was not home by the time that schedule was over, I mean, there was going to be problems. And he was physically, he was, yeah, he was physically abusive.
So Gigi, after the first time, what he did to you, he did it again, and you still abide by what?
Yeah, and you've heard it before because I was still under his control. Literally,
Wow.
I was still under his control, and even, I mean, and now that's some of the remordimiento that I have with my dad. My dad, of course, tried to tell me, you
Yes.
know, he didn't know about the chingazos. He didn't know about that. And I'll tell you a story that I've never told before, but I'm going to tell you now. This is
Yes.
very exclusive.
Yes.
On graduation night, I was not allowed to talk to anybody.
Wow.
On graduation night, none of my friends that I went to school with for all of my life. Uh, and I got to see, when I went to turn in my gown because they were rented. I went to turn it in, and there was a one friend one friend that I went to school with since junior high. We were the best of friends because I was a tomboy. I mean, I wasn't, I would hang with the guys. That was my thing. I wasn't out, not that I was of the other, I wasn't a lesbian.
No.
I'm not a lesbian.
No.
Not that there's anything wrong with that,
No.
but
No. No.
I was, I was a tomboy and I hung around with the guys. And so I saw one of my dearest friends and I said, oh, I'm going to get to hug him. And I hugged him. When I turned around, there he was. He saw me. So before going to my graduation party, which was only with my tia, my mom, and my dad, and my close family, my grandma and my grandpa, because I wasn't allowed to go to any of the other parties, um, we took a turn in a dark road,
Oh no.
and he got me out of the car, and I didn't know why. And in my graduation dress, in my, all dressed out for graduation, he punched me in the chest so hard that he knocked me down to the ground
Wow, Gigi.
and proceeded to beat the crap out of me. And then he said, it's time to go to the party. And
Wow.
every time I see pictures of that party, I was just so glad that the bruises didn't show up
Yeah.
before. So yeah. So all right, that's all I'm going to talk about because that's all sadness. And as you can see, I I changed my life and I chose and I am a survivor, true survivor of domestic violence and to the fullest extent. I mean, when I told him I was pregnant after we got married, he proceeded to beat the crap out of me to try to get the baby out. You know, he denies it now, but I was there. Um, so after all those experiences, you know, now at 56 years old and having been able to get out of that, I decided to go back to school. And because I didn't finish my pharmacy degree, because I got
Oh,
sick. I got sick. I just got
yeah.
physically ill from all that stress. And I studied for 3 years, but I didn't finish. And so when I divorced, I went back to school and I was planning to be a pharmacist again. So I needed to refresh my courses. So I went here to local college and got my degree in organic chemistry, which I needed to go back study pharmacy. So I have a degree, associate's degree in organic chemistry. But
Mm,
then that's when we found out that my brother was diagnosed with end stage liver disease and he was terminal.
yes.
So
Wow.
I didn't go back to UT Austin. I stayed home and with the family and to take care of my brother. So anyway, besides all
We,
that,
wow.
I think it's when all those negative things that happen and all
Hmm.
those ugly things that happen in your life, in
Yes.
that you can either decide that they run your life and they beat you to the ground, or you
Yeah.
make something of it and you turn it around. That's why uh, I, I've been, you know, this was in my life for years and years and years, and who did I hang on to always? Who was there? Who was my rock? My brother, my mom, and my dad.
Exactly.
And guess what happened? They died.
They died. Yeah.
They died. And when I was still hanging on because my dad was there, but when my dad passed, that's when I realized, you know what? Just stop and look around me and look at my life and say, what am I doing here? What, you know, what am I about? What do I want to do in this life? What and so I found a purpose from the pain that all I went through, and I decided to quit teaching because I got a degree
Yeah.
I got a degree and I got a master's degree, and I was just going the teaching route because that was safe and that was safe money to have available for my family members and all that. But after all of them left and my daughter was grown and went on her own, it was time to just reflect on what I wanted in my life. And that's why I say that I'm thankful that I'm alive,
Yes.
because I have the second chance to decide, okay, now I'm literally just living for Gigi and what
Yes.
he wants to do. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy in my life. George says, what has been the biggest challenge in establishing your own identity as an artist separate from your father's legacy? Um, I I don't think it has been much of a challenge because I have so many things going on. I have, you know, of course, there's Gigi La Shekanna, the artist, and I sing all of my dad's music songs, but that's going to change. That it will eventually change. But I also have the podcast, Giras y Desveladas, that started when when my dad passed away and all his friends were talking to me and telling me stories, and I thought this really needs to be documented. And so I did that. And then I started hanging out with the Tejano Legend Pioneers. I became a board member and an administrator. And at that point, when I first went in, they had 15 chapters and I started to promote them. I just found a lot of purpose in that, in helping out the legends. And by the time I knew it, there was 30 chapters of the Tejano Legend Pioneers all over the United States and one in Mexico. And I said, well, you know what? I need to do more. And so I started the Tejano Music Legacy Foundation in 2024. And that was because I saw that there was a need, you know, Tejano. Here I am interviewing the people who started it, who literally invented it, you know, telling us exactly how they did it, what music genres they combined to create Tejano. And I thought, it's getting lost. I want to be part of that movement that says we can't lose this music because it's part of our identity. It's part of our genre. So, as far as that question, establishing my own identity, I think I have done it all along because I'm not just the singer singing Juan Guerrero songs. I'm also the podcaster from Giras y Desveladas. I'm also the founder and president of Tejana Music Legacy Foundation. And I'm also the one who created Jugrimar Music, my dad's publishing company, because I was the one who got him into BMI. And so I there's never really been a problem with that. I don't think. And still people don't know. Some people don't know I sing.
No.
My sister would get mad. She's like, people don't know you sing. I was like, no.
That's why I tell her you need not to be disrespectful or anything, but that's why I say you need to put Juan Guerrero aside for a little bit and just put Gigi Guerrero. We need to know. We need to let people know who Gigi Guerrero is.
I think people know who Gigi Guerrero
Well, yeah,
is.
Gigi Guerrero, but Gigi Guerrero needs to be Gigi
Well,
Guerrero.
and I am Gigi Guerrero. I mean, I,
Yes,
I think I don't, I am,
I get
uh,
I get after her sometimes, but,
Veronica, yeah, but Gigi, Gordita Goddess. That's right.
hello,
Gordita.
Veronica.
Hi.
We have David Bella here.
Saludos, David.
Mhm.
Thank you for coming in. Thank you for
And
everybody coming
Jolie
in.
Chicago and George Vincent. I can never say his name.
Is it
Roger
Vincent?
Lanas again, Butcher, and Norma Salazar from
Norma, my co-host.
from Girls and Desveladas. So what's it called?
See, here's another one. He does. Let's
Not
all.
me.
Okay, I'm a
Yeah,
teacher.
me.
Let's just break this down. He does.
Yes,
Okay, two
he does.
syllables. He does.
I did not
He does.
invent that name though. Somebody
He
else
does.
did.
No, no, I know, I know. He does. He does.
He
He
does.
does means tours. Okay, and
George.
and the thing is, the older generation of Tejano artists, I mean, they did the giras, and that was it. That was that. When you say giras y desveladas to the older generation, it's a trigger word. It really is because they had their giras and their desveladas, tours and sleepless nights. They had them, touring all over the United States. So it's definitely a trigger word for them. This newer generation, not so much. I'm like, oh, it means tours and it means sleepless. I wish there was a better word for desveladas, but there isn't. Like I was trying to tell Norma, desveladas, desveladas. It is 4 syllables. I'm sorry, guys. But if you think of Bobby Pulido's song Desvelado, can you say desvelado?
Desveladas.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
go.
I love that song.
I'm a good teacher.
We got Alberto Sigilo. He's from the Las Cuatas. He's a drummer.
Oh, hi.
From
Saludos. Saludos to you
Yeah.
guys.
I probably didn't
Yes.
say that right either, but he knows who I'm talking about. Hola. And
Hola. Saludos to everybody coming in.
yes.
Yes.
And as what Gigi was talking about, I can relate a lot of that to her and talk to her about that. And it's pretty sad that things like that have to happen to us. That's why I'm single, bilingual, and mingle. But but um, but anyway, yeah. And on top, after all this stuff that has happened to Gigi, and she's come on here and talk, she wrote a book.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did write a book. I as an advocate of further education, and I'm always a learner. There's always opportunity to learn from something. Uh, and I, always keeping notes because of my bad memory, always keeping notes on things that have happened. And maybe I'm only writing notes on the good stuff and not the bad stuff. And people always said, you should write a book, right? You should write a book. Everybody, you should write a book. And so I did start writing the book. But when I wrote the book and I had somebody read it, most of it, the gist of it, right? The kind of like the overall of what I was gonna pinpoint and the chapters that I was gonna talk about, it was cringy because my life is cringy, man. It is cringy. I mean, the stuff I went through. I mean, I can't even go into the stuff I've gone through. I mean, that was just one of the things that I've gone through. Watching my brother suffer from end stage liver disease. Don't ever go through that, guys. If you, anyway. So I said, you know what? You're right. It's kind of yucky. I didn't want to put out something so negative like that. And not that it was negative. It was my life, but that's not something I want us to start out with. So so then I decided, okay, let me twist it, let me change it, let me use where I'm at right now, and let me talk about something that I can talk about. And so one thing that I realized about myself is that I am very goal oriented, and I mean, even though I had that abusive relationship, I was survived it. I was able to get a divorce. I was able to be alive to go on. Some people don't do that. Some people aren't able to get out alive, like seriously. So um so what I focused on, okay, what are the good things that I can say about my life? What I can say is that I'm very resilient, and I'm very resourceful. And I thought about, okay, how did I decide, how did I get back on track and get my degree and then get my master's? How did I do that? How, what was it? What was the drive, and how, what can I tell other people that they can do when they've been in this situation? How can I guide them or help them? And I decided, and I realized that it's not just that I'm goal oriented. I also manifest my own destiny. You know, I am the one who decides what I want to do. And dream, you can dream all you want. I dream I want to be a singer. Oh, I'm gonna dream I'm gonna have a podcast. Dreaming is one thing. Turn it into a goal and making steps to get to that goal. That's when it becomes real. And that's when you manifest your own destiny by visualizing what you want and making this, getting the taking the steps to get where you want. And so what that is, that's what I wrote the book about, because that's, I hadn't realized that that's what I had been doing myself. So that's what that book is about, and it's called Chinelas, help me out here. What's the book? Forged Under the Fire. Because yeah, Forged Under the Fire by Gigi La Shekanna Guerrero. Look it up. It's on Amazon Books. And it's only $5.99 if you want to get it. $5.99. And I only the it's only on the internet. Like if you have a
Kindle or something, right?
yeah, like what is that, Kindle? Yeah, if you have a Kindle,
Mhm.
yeah, that's the only thing you can now. The only reason I haven't put in a book is because I'm supposed to uh make a cover, and I just haven't done it. I mean, I am, after all that I say that I can do, I am still fighting against procrastination because I'm a big time
But you're
procrastinator.
all sassy and everything. I'm sure you can do it.
I
You know.
can do it, but I just haven't gotten around to it because,
Yeah.
in order of importance, I prioritize, sleep.
Oh, I know. Sometimes I see you up at 2 in the morning. So am I. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's
Mhm.
one thing I have to deal with all the time is
Mhm.
going to sleep at really late at night, and
Mhm.
then there I am in the morning, like
All up.
Norma's trying to call me,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
I know. Lately, Gigi's been waking up real early. Usually, she's like, oh, see, so I don't even want to go there. But yeah,
Yeah,
but
I've been trying to get up early. What Norma was like, you really need to get up early. I said, I do need to get up early. But one thing I learned, and any of you dealing with liver disease, and by the way, and that's another thing, and that's why I changed my life as well, because one of my best friends, as a matter of fact, I've forgotten about that episode with Keith Leal, where I actually stopped to interview with Keith Leal at Tejano Time Podcast
Mhm.
on the side of the road in San Antonio, because I was on my way to Buda, Texas, and one of my best friends that we were both Medicaid caseworkers in Mission. Um, she got sick and she needed help, so I went to help her, and they told her that she had fatty liver disease. Okay, fatty liver disease. It doesn't sound that. Does it sound bad? Fatty liver disease. The sound doesn't sound that bad. And then she said, "Well, you know what? It's just fatty liver disease. I'm fine." When I went to see her, seeing my brother go through end stage liver disease, which was cirrhosis, and non-alcoholic cirrhosis, because my brother never drank a drop in his life. um I saw the symptoms in her, and I got scared, and she fell and she was in the hospital. So I was like, in the hospital, I need to go home and just check up on my house and stuff. And I left on a weekend. I got home on Monday, and then on Tuesday her daughter called that she had passed away from fatty liver to dead.
Mhm.
If you have been diagnosed with fatty liver, go check yourself out. Go check yourself out, because they downplay it a lot. And that's what I saw. Since because I had the experience with my brother and the numbers, when I got diagnosed, I knew exactly where I was at. And I started bawling. It was like, oh, my poor child. She's an only child. I'm going to leave her alone. and I'm making an effort, and that's all I can do is try, so that I stay here above ground for a while longer, and do as much as I can do. And that is why I do everything I do. That's why I go to sleep at 2, 3 in the morning, because we don't know how much time we have, and I want to do as much as possible.
Mhm.
And I'm not competing against anybody. And I've heard people say like, oh well, you know, they're doing what you're doing, or they said something that you say all the time, or
Mhm.
people keep comparing. And I'm like, I'm not competing against anybody. And if anybody's doing anything, and if I can help them, if I can teach them, and if they can get something out of anything that I'm doing, pues que bueno. We're
Yeah.
all gonna leave this freaking earth one time or
Mhm.
another. Might as well have something positive left on this earth to have. What was your question, Hilda?
I didn't have one. I'm just listening. I'm just wondering. I just want to see what we play right now.
Diosito Santo.
No,
I
I
sorry,
think
no, just
no,
get me
no, no.
going.
You go ahead. It's your interview. Vámonos, Recio. Like I, I help. Well, I'll do interviews. You have an interview with over there with William, como Bosco. You say, vámonos, Recio.
Yes, vámonos. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
go ahead. Did you have a
No, no.
question?
I was going to ask you. So, we can get back to what you're talking about in a minute. But I wanted to ask you. So, your LP is out, right? Is that's what it says? Your last song that
EP, the
EP,
EP.
EP, LP, EP is out, right? So, is that your? Are you done with that, or are you going to continue to do more music, or what?
So, what I'm actually doing, what I did, I wanted to wrap up, uh, because all the songs that have been released, I had already recorded with my dad before.
Yes.
And yes, I maybe I laid the new tracks and new vocals or whatever, refresh the vocals, whatever. But it's still my dad playing, or my brother and my dad playing on Me Voy a Casar. David Lee Garza playing on Pero
Yes.
Eso No. Um, Even Rosa del Rio. The Rosa del Rio was different, and
Yes.
that's why this one hit different, because the songs Me Voy a Casar was me singing. Papi wrote that song for me to record, and I did. Papi wrote Pero Eso No for me to sing and record, and I did. But Rosa la del Rio, Vida, and Ya Te Vi were sung by my dad. So what I did is I did put the vocals in for those songs, and that was very. It was a little bit cringy for me, to be honest, because that's my dad. Those are my dad's songs. And so that's when I decided, I'm just going to wrap up the whole uh, re-releasing my dad's music, and that way I can start my own stuff, because I one of the songs, as a matter of fact, Donde Está Papá, is about my experience with my child's father, and she's asking Donde Está Papá after we left him, you
Yes.
know. And so I've been writing songs. That was that time of leaving my ex-husband was a very emotional time, obviously, and although that's what I did, my therapy was to write songs. And so, like in 2000, from 2004 is when I left him, and we legally got divorced in 2007. Um, so in those times, I there was a lot of songs that I wrote, a lot of songs, because I was just trying to, just trying to find me. I remember
Yes.
calling one of my classmates, like, who's Griselda? Who was she? I don't know, because after I met him, I was somebody else, you know?
Yeah. You get
And
lost.
yeah. So now, and so that's why I wanted to wrap up everything with Papi, but also because Papi left a lot of music that he finished and it's complete. And I want to step in also as my role as Hugrimar Music Publishing Company, and, give those songs out to people who, first of all, can play them, because some of them are complicated. And somebody that I don't know, it's my dad's music. It's really hard. Like, even like Ramon Ayala, El Tuerto. This is a perfect example. I remember when Papi first wrote El Tuerto, and he always played the songs for us. Okay, when it was a finished product, to watch our reaction. And I'll never forget when he sang El Tuerto. And if you've ever heard it, El Tuerto is about a guy's horse, and the horse gets killed by the rival because he was a winning horse. So you should check it out. It's a really good song. And at the end, I mean, I remember crying, I remember crying, and I remember my dad's beautiful voice singing El Tuerto. So when I started hearing it on the radio with Ramon Ayala, I was like, ah,
Chiona.
ah. No, I
No,
didn't.
I just played.
No, I didn't cry. I didn't like there's vocals.
Oh,
I preferred my dad's,
no, of
obviously.
course.
Yeah, yeah. So so yeah, to wrap things up like that, because I do want to push out the songs that he left behind as a publisher. So in order to do that, I wanted to wrap up everything, and then I have my own songs that I want to push as well. So whether I record them or offered them, I know Yamativa, I gave them a song or two
Oh,
to
did you?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's still waiting, but you know, I guess I'm on the queue. Might be on the queue. I don't know, but of course,
Cool.
my experience has been way different than my dad's,
Yes.
you know, and definitely. I don't want that somber tone that I had with Donde Está Papá, because I don't want to be that somber, sad person anymore. I want happiness. I surround myself by positive people, and if you're not a
Yes.
positive
Yes.
person,
Exactly.
you know, I wish you well on your journey, because you know you might have demons you're fighting with that we don't know about, and
Exactly.
and that's okay, but fight them over there. Fight
Yeah.
over, yeah, I
Mm,
simply because I don't know if it's because of my illness, everything I've been through. I lost my brother, my mom, and my dad within the 5 year
yes.
span. I didn't get to grieve because I was teaching 24/7, and so uh I'm finally was able to grieve and everything, and I finally decided that I need to be okay, and things that stress me out. I physically get sick, physically get
Yes.
so I
Mhm.
cannot handle it. I really
No.
can't. So and that's what I'm trying to do. So my songs are definitely much lighter, much funner, much funnier. I definitely have a different outlook on life, and I mean, there's so many things that I've gone through that I can't even tell. I can't even tell because they are so bad. Uh,
Yeah. No. We're like on the same
but
boat with
because of
different,
those experiences, yeah,
I
exactly.
can,
So because of those, but it's because of
yeah.
those experiences that I know that I'm in such a good place right now. I'm so happy. I'm here. I'm on getting interviewed by Hilda Peña. I mean, Serious Tejano is you
Thank
know
you.
putting it out there,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm getting watched by Veronica Lopez and David Vela and Jolian
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
these people. You know,
Hmm.
wow,
Yes.
wow. I mean, that
Yes.
is amazing
Absolutely.
to me. That is amazing to me, and all I can do is forge on forward with a positive outlook and try to do as much good as possible with the time I have left here.
Yeah. And on a Friday night, they can be anywhere else, but they're right here with us, So, yeah.
Exactly, I
Yes.
know.
Yes.
So
And I
thank
got
you.
my
Yeah.
chencha in the living room and telling her to be quiet. Yeah.
Oh,
No. What I wanted to ask you, like I asked, because I've interviewed Rene Ramirez from Freddie Records, and I've interviewed like CBD, Marlisa Vela, especially Rene and Marlisa Vela. And then now you. Y'all's parents were legends. Did y'all have y'all's living rooms full of like these legends? And then, when y'all were little, not knowing who they are then, who they are now, you know, did
no,
y'all?
we knew since then, like when Carlos Guzman would come over, Snowball was there all the time.
Mhm.
You know, and that I'm dropping names from the older generation, you know, Tacho
Mhm.
Rivera and I mean, yeah, you know, because your dad is on TV also. Your
Yes,
dad is on TV, and you're watching or you're listening, and yeah, you know who they were. It's weird. It really is strange. It is
yes,
strange to be in that situation where I'm not I can say I'm not phased by anybody that I meet. I mean, I can be their fan and I'll be excited, but I'm not like woo because I come from that background. I come from that lifestyle. I come from that place where you're tripping over wires and, you know,
hmm,
in the practice room. And there's musicians coming in to practice, and there's gigs coming up, and it's a different, it is a different life. It's a different life. That
Yes.
was my life. And so and I love that when I went to fanfare, seeing everybody, pobrecitos, everybody lugging their own stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know.
They do.
And I do, and like I ran into Jaime de Anda, and I was like, were you? No, were you? No, you weren't there. Norma was there. And I was like, hi, I'm Gigi Guerrero. I've never met him. I said, I'm Gigi La Shekanna Guerrero. My dad is Juan Guerrero, and he wrote the song. That's how I introduced myself. Ya te vi, ya te vi. And he was so funny. He goes, never heard it. And I laughed. I said, well, maybe you heard this one from Juan Guerrero. Di de qué color es tu corazón. He's like, yeah.
Oh, like, okay, whatever.
When you recorded it, you named it Dime qué color, but it's the original song from Juan Guerrero, Di de qué color. He's like, I didn't know that. I said, I know.
He's
I
so.
talked,
No, go ahead.
I talked to Tony Guerrero also. Tony
yeah.
Guerrero didn't know that they Dream Girl and Trenecito, and although they named it Vuelve Paloma, it's Como Paloma, original song from Juan Guerrero as well. David Ligarza recorded Con dinero no lo has de comprar. That is a Juan Guerrero song.
Oh, wow.
Your husband Marcos Orozco's recorded
Oh, that's
Sábado. If you look up Sábado, my dad wrote that song.
my husband.
Sábado. Sábado. Yeah. So people have listened to Juan Guerrero. People know who Juan Guerrero is.
Yes.
They've heard his music. They just didn't know it was him behind the songs. And that's what Gigi is here to do.
We're gonna expose him. Hello, Bobby Castaneda from California. How you doing? So when I had never met Jaime de Anda either, so he the Conjunto de Ferencia opened for him at a Beer Depot, right?
Oh yeah,
So, yeah. So I was there, of course, and Cristina Guerrero was there, and she's like, "Let's go take a picture with him." I'm like, I'm not like starstruck, anything, not without due respect, right? So I'm like, nah, it's okay. Because, I work. I hope los chamacos, and like you said, we got to interview both, so, yeah. So I'll get him on, So I'm over there and I go to his wife. I go, hi, I'm Hilda. She goes, oh, yeah, I've heard about you. I'm like, huh? She goes, oh, in a good way, though, in a good way. Like, okay.
No, it wasn't in a good way, Hilda.
I know, I wanted her, like, she goes, no, but in a good way, because I had just interviewed those chamacos over there.
The fact that they felt they had to say that.
I know. I'm like, I looked at her like, huh? She's like, no, but in a good way. Like, I didn't even want to take a picture with him anymore.
Never mind.
Okay. But
no. It's all good. I mean, like, that's what we try to do also on Gigas y Desveladas. Like I did mention, we did have the Luz Ayala Fiebre come on.
Yes.
And we did an open invite. I have personally invited the other Fiebre. I don't know what they're called, but the other Fiebre.
Rudy Rocha.
Yeah. So, because from my perspective, they're musicians. They're trying to work. Yes. That's their job. And give them all a chance. Give them all some airtime.
Yes.
We're like kids from a divorce,
Yes.
The mom and dad divorced, and now we got to go see mom one place and we got to go see dad in another place. But we love them both.
Yes.
We love them both. So.
My daughter never wanted to go. She's like, I'm staying here. But anyway, that guy is just one kid. Let's go play one of your songs. Let's see what's up there.
Okay. Ooh, don't.
Yeah, it's Vida. Let's see.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see.
A ver.
Okay.
A ver.
Me siento sola y triste desde que tú te fuiste. Ya no encuentro la paz. Vida, yo sé que estás muy lejos, pero quizás mañana más lejos estarás. Te mandaré una carta y en ella te diré que yo te espero, vida, y Y en las noches frías espero un nuevo día, no más pensando en ti. Vida, las lágrimas que lloro son pruebas que te adoro y que sufro por ti. More than ever, I wish we were together, darling. Bye. Vida, me siento sola y triste desde que tú te fuiste. Ya no encuentro la paz. Vida, yo sé que estás muy lejos, pero quizás mañana más lejos estarás.
That was actually my dad. On it's his music. That's the one I just laid down the vocals for.
Yes, I heard that one. They said not to cry. Somebody said don't cry. Marina Chavez.
Hi, Marina.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try not to.
Exactly. That's a cool song. So, okay. So, have you ever collaborated with anybody or think of collaborating with anyone?
Besides David Lee Garza, no.
Yes. No. Okay. So, your sister, she also was in the band with you, or no?
Yes, the Los Chicanos was actually consisted of my dad, Juan Guerrero, myself, Gigi La Shekanna Guerrero, my sister, Mary Lou Guerrero, and my brother, Juan Guerrero Jr. And the drums was either Johnny Herrera or Sam Lopez. And every once in a while we'd have others, but those were our main drummers. The drummers were the only ones that were not part of the family. So yeah, and it was a family affair. I mean, that's my sister was in charge of she was the roadie manager. So she was in charge of all the stuff, getting hauled in, hauled out, put together in the truck, and and that's why we were always like in friegas. Me not as much as she will tell you. Me not as much. Maybe I'd grab the mics and the bags and all that, but she did the heavy stuff, like all the heavy stuff, and yeah, we were out there. We were hoofing it. We did that for a long time.
Oh. So I heard you just say something about giving La Llamativa some music for them to sing. Wow, they are awesome. I love La Llamativa. Yeah, wow. So what made you, or how did you consider giving them some music?
Oh, well, Juan Hinojosa, Cristina La Fabulosa Hinojosa,
the drummer.
Dad was one of my dad's best friends. I mean,
they were okay.
Yeah, and we were very often at his house, and and so when Cristina came along, starting to, as a matter of fact, she played on Me Voy a Casar. That's her playing the drums.
Really? Okay. I just seen them. We were at Jamie's place for fanfare when Johnny was there, and they left, and I stayed for a little while, and I seen them. I did record them. I haven't put them. I think I put the video out. Yeah, they were there. I love Quiero que sepas.
I did an interview on my podcast early on in my podcast. I went over there to Austin where they were performing live.
Oh wow!
That's when I realized that I needed better internet and better equipment. But I attempted an interview with them and they were awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
It was
I actually interviewed them at Shelly Lara's studios.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I sure did.
So good. They were heard. Yes. We were outside. It was during the between the live performance and stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I love those ladies.
Oh, I know. They're awesome. And actually, Mike Torres is going to Colorado. And over there with William. Yes, he is. I know. I use my hands a lot.
Oh, you know what? William, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, what happened? Tell me later.
I better be quiet. I better not say anything. That's
Yes.
awesome.
We got Noel Hernandez, and
Saludos.
I hope I don't get this wrong. I think he's from Utah. I got it wrong one time. I did miss him at Fanfare. He was there, but I missed him. I did meet him the first time he was there. He's about 10 feet tall. No, but he is really tall.
That's what I think about Alize. Alize says she's not Alize Niño. Saludos, Alize. She's out there. Like, because I used to be 4'11" and 3/4, but apparently those 3/4 are gone. So now I'm just 4'11". So like everybody's like way taller than me.
Yes.
And she says I'm not that tall. I said, no, yeah, you are.
She is tall.
She is tall. I
Yes,
call
she
her the
is.
Amazon of Tejano music, but she doesn't want the
She
want
is
the
tall.
title.
She is tough.
La
So,
Amazonia de los Tejanos, but oh,
I know she is
anyway,
tough. But
yeah. So yeah, I'm not that tall either. So when
Yeah.
when los conjuntos diferencia or the chupacabra people, what?
no, they're Amazons.
No, like what water were you drinking? Jeez, Louise.
They're going to be at the Memorial Bash along with you, El Conjunto de Referencia, Potente, and J.R. Reina from.
That
And
reminds, yes, and thank you for the invite, Hilda. I will be
Yes.
there as Giras y Desveladas podcaster,
okay.
and and I'm gonna be carrying Norma on the phone.
Yes. Okay. So you're, and then you're going to have artist band as well, right? Or
But I'm also gonna perform. Yes, I'm gonna perform with tracks.
Okay.
I haven't gotten a schedule, but I got the Frankie Salazar told me, yes, you're on. We have room for that, and
just a little bit.
so just a little bit. So yeah, so all of you out there going to a Memorial Bash, you know, if I see you and you see me, and I see you and I don't recognize you,
Don't get offended.
don't get offended.
Frank
Gigi-
Salazar, if you're listening, call me because I've been calling you. You don't answer.
Who?
Frank Salazar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think because I changed my number, he don't recognize it. But yeah. But anyway, I left a message. But anyway, but yeah, let's listen to another song, and then we're going to get to the one that I like because I'm going to ask you a question about that one.
Okay.
And yeah, but where's my arrow? Okay, let's see. We're going to see. Oh no, this one's it. This is the one. Hold on.
What? That's my brother.
Where's the ring?
Hey, no quiero tus besos, no quiero tu amor, no quiero que me hables, ya no, por favor. No eres sincero y ahora lo sé. Ya tengo a otro y sabes qué. Me dio un anillo.
Quiero un anillo.
Me voy a casar y a ti poco a poco te voy a olvidar. Ya tengo otro amor de verdad. Sigue tu camino, yo te voy a olvidar. Yo te voy a olvidar. Hey, no quiero tus besos, no quiero tu amor, no quiero que me hables, ya no, por favor. No eres sincero y ahora lo sé. Ya tengo a otro y sabes qué. Me dio un anillo, me voy a casar y a ti poco a poco te voy a olvidar. Ya tengo a otro amor de verdad. Sigue tu camino, yo te voy a olvidar. Yo te voy a olvidar.
My dad at guitar. Just leave me alone.
Did you ever answer that phone call?
That was actually about my ex-husband.
Yeah, I know. That's
Like
great.
he would call every morning. And if his new person is listening to this, yeah, he called me for years, every morning, 6 o'clock on the dot, while he was on his way to work. Just so you know. All right. Just so you know.
You know, uh, we got Rick Valdemar on. Hello, amigo.
Hi, Rick. When you get
Uh-huh.
on the Here Is Desvelada show, I'm waiting for you. I think we already have you booked.
I know. You
And
know,
all of you artists, let me take advantage of this time to open call to all you artists. If you have we're doing the trucking on with new rolas. If you have a new rola that's out, a new release, do a 20-30 second drop and send it to Gires y Desveladas. Send it to me, send it to Norma, and we'll put it on the show. And that's another way that we are able to get more people promoted without getting promotional fees. Hey, wait a minute. No, it's free. It's free, guys. It's
hey,
free.
this is my
It's free.
show.
It's all de
Hold it.
corazón. Wait a minute. Okay, send your video and $20.
You
I'm kidding.
put your cash app there now that you're doing
Right,
this.
right.
Oh,
Yeah. Hashtag La Chicana. So
no, no, you know that guy we were talking about the other day that you're trying to get on, get that salió bien mechudo or whatever that sent you that video drop. Oh, do a video drop
oh
too for
my
Gigi. Yes.
goodness.
He
Okay.
messages me. He calls me. He's like, "Well, you know what? Can she do it about on a weekday about 8 o'clock?" I'm like, "Gigi only does it at 2 o'clock on Sundays."
For real.
Yes. I'm gonna send you the message. And he's like, "Well, Hilda, you know I can't do it. Like, you know, I'm really busy. I'm on my."
What is he busy doing on a Sunday at 2 p.m.?
I don't know. I'm like, yeah.
No.
The message is there. He's like, you know, I get busy. I don't like interviews more than an hour or two. I'm like, he's so
It
funny
doesn't have to
though.
be more than an hour.
I
It's
know.
our show, we have never put a schedule on it. It just
Yeah.
depends on the artist.
Yes.
It depends, are they yackers like Gigi, or are
Yeah.
they, like just answer questions and that's it. And we've been very blessed that we don't have those, yes, no answers, because man, if I see that, I'll be like, oh heck no, te voy a sacar algo a ti.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's funny, man. But yeah, he's can she do it at another day at this time? Oh my God.
Sundays 2 p.m. Central Time. The only reason we did it for Luis Ayala was because it just so happens that day it was his child's birthday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And
but
so then
yeah.
we had to do another, because the thing is that we have we're blessed with this, that so many people are waiting for our show at 2 p.m. on Sunday that we cannot not do a show.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to do that. And one of the things when I first started doing podcasts was everybody that I talked to Indio, and thank you, Indio, for doing he does the opener he has one of the openers that I do the intros for the show. And Keith Leal and Bumper. And I went for the big wigs. What's his name? Rock and Roll James.
Oh yeah.
Rock and Roll James. And they all said the same thing: consistency.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's why that is mi ley y no lo quiero.
Yeah, that's why I don't like going over more than an
I don't
hour and a
care
half.
how chulo you are, buddy.
I know, right? And but yeah, I'm gonna tell you're gonna have to call Yee. So, but yeah, that I call Rock and Roll James a Howard Miskinster.
Oh yeah, he likes to do all those.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can't believe I got 30K views on that when he
I know.
Yeah.
I put it out there, because
Yes, thank you. Yeah, and it already happened. What, about a month ago, 2 months ago? It was already
about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but it was a really good show. It was a really
Yes.
good show. Hi,
Oh,
Belen.
Ruth Belen, how are you doing? Yes.
Saludos.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna listen to one more song, and then we're gonna let people know what's coming up for you. Do you got any merchandise, your shout outs, and so I asked you about collaborations. So you don't have any coming up, or you don't got nothing to do. You don't got no new music coming out.
Why you asking me like that? Why you asking me? Why you asking me like that?
No, nothing. I'm just wondering. You know me. I'm quiero saber. So No, I'm just kidding, Gigi.
I
But
know, yeah. Is that other person on or no?
I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Let me play your. Let me see what we got going on here. Oh, okay. My favorite song. Let's play it.
Dale gas.
Me pides
¿Qué dice? Oh,
What
que
happened to it?
deje a mis padres. Lo haría todo, todo por ti, pero eso
eso.
no. Me pides que deje a mis padres, que me vaya a vivir contigo. Dices que sería muy feliz al formar un nuevo nido. Tú sabes que yo te amo y yo quiero estar contigo. Pero mis queridos viejitos, no los dejo en el olvido. Yo haría cualquier cosa por ti. Sabes que te amo tanto. Haría lo imposible por ti. Lo haría todo, todo por ti. Pero eso no. Pero eso no. Pero eso no. Pero eso no. Soñaba con vivir contigo. Pensaba ser tuya para siempre. Pero eso que tú me pides no me cabe en mi mente. Yo hago cualquier cosa por ti. Yo todo lo hago por ti. Sabes que te quiero así. Yo todo lo haría por ti. Pero eso no. 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 Pero eso no.
So, when your dad wrote this song, what was his intentions, or why, or what does this song mean to your dad, or what did it meant to him?
I never got a chance to ask him that. But my dad
Oh,
was the kind that he wanted me to always sing however I wanted to interpret the song. So he
mhm.
would give me the lyrics and he would give me the main gist of the song. And I didn't realize that he had written that song. Now, I've always thought, as you well know now that I've told you my situation with my
Yes.
husband, um, I left them. I left them when Mija was when Mijita was maybe 2 or 3 years old. It was their only grandchild.
Yes.
They were crazy about her. But my husband had moved to Austin and I moved with him.
Yes.
And I remember my brother would call me. He's like, "Mommy's always crying. Why did you do it? Why did you leave?" And I was like, "Well, he's my husband, he's my child. I have a family."
Yeah.
And if there's anything I regret in this lifetime, and I don't because everything was a lesson, but I do regret that I did leave them. In the song, she says, "Eso no,"
Eso no,
but
yeah.
in real life, I did.
Yes.
I mean, I eventually came back, but those were I didn't know they were going to be taken away so early from my life.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yes.
If you know, in hindsight, if I'd have known anybody, if I'd have known that they were going to be gone so young, every second would have been with them at all,
Yeah.
at every opportunity, and that's why I cherish so much my life right now with everybody because the biggest parts of my life and my heart are gone.
I know. Oh man, it's so sad. I know. I was always apart from my family too, and I know what you feel. That's why I don't leave my chenchas and my daughter because that's all we have. I don't have no one.
Yeah,
So
I
I
mean,
don't. Yeah.
it's something that sadly you don't realize until afterwards. But what do you have if you don't have your familia? What do you have? ¿Qué
Yeah.
eres? ¿Quién eres?
No, nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least for us, at least for me, that's
Oh,
what it is.
exactly. You know what I've been through. So, losing my dad and my son is almost like you. So
Yeah,
nothing.
it's and you do treasure every second that you had with them. And when I run into pictures and I find pictures of them,
Yes.
like, it takes you back.
Yes.
And treasure those moments porque ya nunca van a estar, ya nunca van a pasar eso otra vez.
Yeah.
So, I mean, luckily I only lived in Austin for maybe about 2-3 years and I came back, but and that's what I think it was about. We never really talked about it and although my dad and I talked about everything, believe me, we talked about everything. We talked about relationships, we talked about everything. We talked about his relationships. We talked about everything. Yeah, we talked about everything.
Everything.
But I never got to ask him about why he wrote that song. The other thing I can only think is because the person I was with at the time when I went to record, I told Papi, you know what, Papi, I'm just gonna, because he was from Veracruz. He is from Veracruz. And I told him, you know what, Papi, I'm gonna retire here and move to Veracruz with his family, and it'll be cheaper. The whatever money I get from I don't know, Social Security or whatever, and I'll with that check I'll live like a queen, over there. And I was like, ha ha ha, it's a thought, but not really. Why not? And I wonder if that's what prompted to write that song. I really don't know.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. But you'll never know. But
no.
So let's see what's next, and then los vamos.
Alrighty.
Rosa del Rio. I like this one too.
Oh
but
man,
the instruments, the music is different in this one, right?
It's a Tejano country because at that time when it came out, it was when Country Rollin' andaba en friegas por todas partes, and
Oh yeah, Renee Rollins' dad, right?
Really Rollins' grandpa, and and so they highly recommended that my dad write some country songs, and so he did. So and this was in the vein of country-ish, Tejano country kind of music, and that my dad wrote it. It's a beautiful song. My dad had a gift for writing songs, man. He really did.
So what's it, Cowboy? What he was with him in this movie? What? Okay, well let's go listen to it. I just know the names of the people. Okay, vámonos.
Vámonos. I don't hear it. My dad on guitar.
Rosa la que vive junto al río parece feliz y no lo es. Llora la ausencia de su querido que se ha ido desde hace un mes. Le dijo que pronto volvería y que no la terminar. Pero nadie sabe lo que pasará, ni lo que el destino nos traerá. Una tarde recibí una carta diciendo que no vendrá, diciendo que no vendrá. Rosa, la que vive junto al río, se fue rumbo al río a llorar. Y desde ese día se ha perdido, nadie la ha podido encontrar. Una medalla que eran pruebas de su amor le dio. Cerca de su corazón la guarda hasta el día que vuelva su amor.
I like that song. You know what it reminds me of? I mean, reminds me of a telenovela de Thalía, María del Barrio. You know?
Right.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's the magic my dad had. He could make these visuals.
Mm-hmm.
You can see Rosa en el río, and you can see her getting the carta, diciendo que no vendrá. And then you can see her, yéndose para el río, and then she doesn't get found anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. Saludos, Danny Noyola. How are you?
Hola, Daddy and Alma. Hi. How are you? Thanks for being here.
All right. Thank you, Marina. Thank you for everybody showing up. I appreciate everybody. And look at my music on Gigi La Shekanna. It's Gigi Guerrero Los Chicanos on all your digital platforms, or Gigi La Shekanna, SH double E. I see that a lot of people misspell it. Some people that like the people from Mexico, they call me Shekanna, because think about it. There's no double E sound in Mexico.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's no double E. There's I-E like Shekanna, but there's no double E. So to them, it's Shekanna.
Shekanna.
Sorry, the teacher came out of me. I'm sorry.
But I had an interview in Spanish. Yes, Shekanna, Spanish and English. I need to start doing them more so I can learn more. But yeah, I'm
y también sí, saludos para todos de habla al español, que porque les pedimos disculpas porque el español nomás no, pero lo hacemos el intento y ojalá que ustedes saben un poquito de inglés para poder traducir lo que estamos diciendo.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bring somebody else up on here, and I'm gonna start entrevistando más en español so I can learn more. I mean, it can be Spanglish, English, whatever. But I'm gonna try more. Yes, I butcher the English anyway too. So what the heck,
Dijo te fue bien. You communicate yourself anyway. Te entienden.
I interviewed Yoni Ibarra from La Grulla. He's Mara's artist, and we got it.
Awesome.
So so it was a while back. Out there, I'm gonna bring it back. He's got original music, so yeah. But no, Gigi, we were gonna have that artist come on, but he got lost going to the casino in Arizona. So yeah. So yeah, but no.
No, but yeah, que estén pendientes todos porque va a haber colaboraciones con otros artistas, unos de conjunto, porque los que no saben, mi padre hizo también unas canciones para Ramón Ayala que escribió para él específicamente, como Quisiera tener alas, El tuerto, Jardín olvidado, y esas canciones se fueron en otra onda, en otro género, como en banda. Si buscan la canción Jardín Olvidado, van a verlo con Larry Hernández, muchos de los grandes de la banda
Oh.
que han grabado la música de Juan Guerrero. Por medio de Ramón Ayala así sucedió eso, porque él grabó la música de Juan Guerrero. Y yo tengo los originales en donde sí le dan el crédito a Juan Guerrero por la música, después de que se puso tan ah, que fue éxito la música, las cosas cambiaron, pero las pruebas están ahí que mi padre Juan Guerrero escribió esas canciones. Y por eso esas canciones, pues bueno, ya están en el aire, ya existen, ya fueron grabadas por mucha gente. Si nomás ese Jardín Olvidado con Larry Hernandez tiene como 31 millones de vistas en YouTube, 31 million views on YouTube.
You're talking about that short Larry Hernandez?
Larry Hernandez, I
Yes.
don't know.
Yeah, I know who Larry Hernandez is. Are you serious?
And yeah, Jardín
Wow.
Olvidado, look it up. You're gonna scroll
Yeah,
for a while.
yes.
And
Wow.
the one that has the most has 31 million views, maybe
Wow.
35 million views. Yeah. Sí,
Cool.
so la música de Juan Guerrero es eterna, la música de Juan Guerrero, y nunca voy a parar de ser la hija de Juan Guerrero,
No.
y nunca voy a parar de promover la música de Juan Guerrero, porque yo soy parte de esa música. Yo
Yes.
también agarro las regalías, lo que es de Juan Guerrero, no todas, porque hubo chango allí, pero por eso también estoy tratando de promover la música de Juan Guerrero. Si ustedes quieren grabar música original que mi padre dejó aquí después de irse, yo tengo esas canciones y las voy a estar comenzar a promoviendo con Jurimar Música. Jurimar, Juan, Griselda, Mary Lou, los hijos de Juan Guerrero. Y so nunca voy a parar. Like I know you say you stray away from Juan Guerrero. I can't, because
No, I know. I'm just saying, it was making it.
pero también I think I've made a decent effort to be Gigi as well. I'm
Yeah.
not just Gigi la hija de Juan Guerrero. I'm Gigi La Shekanna.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, a lot of people are getting to know you more now, because you're with so many other, you got your own podcast, and then now you're here with Sirius Tejano, and then you were
Yes,
from Mendoza,
yes,
and now
yes.
you're out there now. You pushed yourself more now since you left the valley, you came over here, but you went
Yes.
back. You are now out.
Yeah, and that was, todo pasa por una razón.
Yeah.
And it was that diagnosis that got me moving and got me just pushed me to do as much as I can, and as quickly as possible.
Exactly.
So, and so that's what I'm doing, and I'm on my own lane. That's why I did the Tejano Artist Playbook page. Guys, if you haven't been into the Tejano Artist Playbook page, get in there so you can start your own. I'm not gatekeeping anything. Yo, si sé algo, yo lo voy a compartir, porque quiero que todos avancen, quiero que todos ganemos, todos.
Exactly.
Si quieres comenzar tu propio 501c3 nonprofit, you do it. If you want to start your own LLC, do it. The links are there to do it.
Yes.
You need a template for sponsorships, that's on there. You want a template for sending your radio songs to radio stations. If you don't have Hilda Peña Promotions, then do it, because it's out there too. Todo lo que if you want to be a Latin Grammy voter, the links are there. I am trying my darndest to help this genre. And how do you do that? By helping the people themselves, the artists themselves, the promoters, the people that do all this stuff. If I know something, I'm going to share it.
Yeah.
And believe me, one particular person told me that I was stupid for doing it and not charging for it. Yeah. I'm not going to say who they are, but you probably know him. Anyway, he said I was stupid. He flat out told me, you're stupid. And I said, you know what? I'm sorry that you're of that camp, that you're a gatekeeper and you want to keep things to yourself. Porque nadie sabemos que tanto vamos a estar aquí. Why not help? Why not help as many people as possible? Because you promoting yourself, you're promoting toda nuestra gente, all of us.
Yeah.
In this time, in this day and age where we're being looked down upon even more than ever before, we need to elevate ourselves to the point to say, hey, look, we're here. And that's why I share the podcast link as well. You want to start your own podcast? Start your own podcast. Qué bueno que tengamos 100,000 podcasts so people will hear about Tejano music.
Exactly.
And about our people and our raíces and what we do and what we're about, and love us for who we are as a people. Okay, I'm done now, Hilda.
Preach. No,
Brief.
preach. No, but no, Gigi. Let everybody know if you have merchandise and where they can find your music. No, but no, and where you're going to be here in the next couple months, and your shout out to los vamos.
Okay, first of all, shout out to everybody that's coming on to the show, the Hilda Peña. Thank you. Shout out to you, Hilda Peña,
You're so
and
welcome.
your Quiero Saber. And I was very nervous of the questions you were going to ask me because you ask me cringy questions even when we're not on any show. So I was pretty worried about that.
No.
Saludos para Silvia Tejano también, and saludos to Norma Salazar, my co-host. And it's not easy. She's a grandma, she's a wife, and she works a 9 to 5 job and all this, and she still makes the effort to come on Sundays at 2 p.m. This Sunday we're gonna take off. Actually, as a matter of fact, this Sunday we're gonna just do a rerun. The comments will be live. The comments will be live, but it's gonna be a replay of Luis Ayala's Fiebre interview because it was an awesome interview. So every once in a while we'll try to take a day off. And so thank you to Norma Salazar. Thank you for George Salazar for just being there for her because that's how she started in the business promoting her husband, and there's a lot to learn from Norma Salazar. If those of you that don't know who she is, look her up. I mean, she's somebody, and while she says she doesn't do anything, that she's just doing what she needs to do. But as you well know, there's something very special about her.
Yeah.
So, and more importantly, she guides me. And sometimes when I have issues, I'll be like, oh, I'm going to tell you about the situation, see what you think, and she's there to say, you know what, you need to pray about it and you need to do this and you do that. So I love her very much and for helping guide me in that respect. My sister, Mary Lou Guerrero, who, of course, she is behind me as much as she can because her son is graduating this year. So she has not been much in the picture. But as you know, she used to drive me around. Driving around Miss Daisy because I needed to be driven around. I couldn't drive on my own because I almost died, by the way. On July 13th of 2023, I was in the hospital for 3 days. Yeah, I almost died. So there's all kinds of stuff going on with me health-wise. And so a lot of people, Toñito, my cousin Toñito, which is Antonio
Yeah.
Villalobos, he's been backing me up también. He's been a big, big help. And the board members of my foundation as well. And I don't know if they want to be named publicly yet, but to my board members as well from TMLF, we're working on a Tejunto Festival in Mission, Texas. We already partner with the city of Mission, so that's in the works as well. And que más? Of course, Tejano TV, Mas on Radio is gonna be off the air, which is sad because they are the ones who. That's how I first got to know Mas on Radio with Juan Mendoza Jr. and Lila, because they were gonna interview my dad, and that interview never happened because my dad passed away before. And so I stepped in his place, and that's how that relationship started. So I'm very grateful to them and how they have been rolling and rolling and growing with Tejano TV, and very, very blessed to be part of that as well. La Jefa Jamming Oldies with Alberto Resendiz as well for doing his part out there in El Paso, and that's why we have Trucking On with New Rolas, because of all the truckers we have so far, over 7K that for sure listen Sunday at 2 p.m. And that's why, Mr. Chulo, I can't change the time. Who you are.
Yeah.
So no, and you know what, the people who listen, the people who come onto the shows, the people who support us, the artists as well, and everything, because they don't have to come on the shows, they don't need to be interviewed. I mean, they don't have to come on Giras y Desveladas, they don't have to come on our shows, but they do. They could choose not to, and they do. And I'm very grateful for everybody. I'm just grateful to be alive. So everything that happens after that is very positive, and I love it. I'm grateful every day. I live in a grateful mindset, with an attitude of gratitude every morning and every night when I go to bed. If you find yourself in a negative place, start to think, what do I have that's good? My child is healthy, my child is alive, my family is well, I have a job, I have a roof over my head, I have food on the table, I have a car, I have clothing. Even if it's the very basics, I have running water, because some people don't.
Yeah.
Some people don't. So with that attitude of gratitude comes a much more positive place to be. And so I'm grateful for everybody in my life and everybody that surrounds it and is around it, whether it's virtually or in real life. I am very grateful for everyone. I'm even grateful for the people who have showed me their negative side and have pushed me aside or stepped over me or gone over me, because that was lessons to be learned. And because of that, I grew as a person. You know, you need those people sometimes stepping on you and spitting on you. And I mean, maybe not physically, but
I Gigi.
it's true, man.
Yeah,
I won't say, but
I know.
I had that done, and that happened to me, and not even just in San Antonio, here in the valley. So it happens,
Yeah.
but it's all about survival, and it's all
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
moving forward, and that's what I do. So I am grateful for everybody. Thank you for everybody that came in. Thank you for everybody that's gonna watch afterwards. Thank
Yes.
you for everybody who's a fan of even Tejano music, of conjunto music of just us, los Chicanos, Mexicans, Americans of Mexican descent. We're all in this together, man. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Gigi, thank you for coming on, and make sure you come back. Yeah. No, no, no. You have a happy Easter, and enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of this evening, and thank you for being here. And we'll see you later, and I will talk to you later. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Happy
Love
Easter,
you. Love
everybody.
you. Love you.
Love you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye. Well, that was Gigi. Came back. I tell you, come back, but not right now. That was Gigi Guerrero for Los Chicanos. Thank you, everybody, for being here and supporting, as always. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening and have a blessed Easter. And we'll see you next week. I have Veronica Lopez on Tuesday. And thank you to Joe for having me here, and Sirius Tejano. Remember to follow Mary from just follow Mary Cruz and Kelly and everybody from Sirius Tejano. Good night, everybody, and have a wonderful Easter Sunday. And yeah, see y'all later, and good night.
Rosa la que vive junto al río.